If you want to get started on selling a group digital or coaching program and you don't really know what to do first and it all feels overwhelming, stay tuned. This video is for you. I'm specifically going to cover things like where do you start, what do you need to do, and how do you make it simple. Hi, my name is Andrea Reindl. I am the founder of Legacy Creative and a brand strategist. For more than a decade, my team and I have helped people who sell ideas and feelings and experiences and digital courses make money online by building brands that stick. On this channel, we help visionaries and the people who support them put actions into real life and make it real. So if that sounds like you, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell to be notified next time we go live. Now, in today's video, I'm going to talk about something that we run into all the time as a team and that we have a system for that I think might help you make your business a little easier to run. Or if you work with people who run launches and want to sell group programs, then you'll have a way to make it simple to understand where to start and then what to do. So getting started, here's one of the things you want to think about. If you're selling a group program, obviously everyone has to start at the same time, right? You want to have a start date. And so that start date requires that one of the first things you do is you pull out a calendar and you look at your calendar and you say, okay, when does my program start? And then how long is it going to run? And how many days do I need to put into the calendar to make sure that I'm available to deliver to my client? Now, in addition to that, in that calendar, you're going to want to put a few other things that we'll talk about in a second, like what's your promotional period and what's your sales period, because all of that needs to be calendared so you know when you're starting and what you're doing. At its basic though, the really important thing is that you pick the start date of your group program and you start from there. Okay, number 2 thing you need to do is make a plan for your traffic sources. How are you going to get new leads and where are they going to come from? This can be super simple. It can start with your own circle of influence. And if you are just getting started, that is what I absolutely recommend, is that you look back to all the people that you know and you think about who might be interested in your group program. Now, the cool thing is if you're somebody like a therapist or you already have a group of clients, it's pretty easy to start with them, right? But keep in mind, they might also have other people they know that they can bring to the group program. So you want to start with making a list of everybody you know. This might include your existing clients. It might include your family and friends. It might include the people you already have on your social followings, like who's on your LinkedIn, who's on your Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. You want to start thinking about where are you going to get leads and make a list of those. Now, of course, you're going to start with your warm audience that I just talked about. And then you might want to think about the next layer of leads that you want to get. So this could come from paid traffic, which isn't my favorite thing to do when you're just getting started, but it is an option. You might also want to think about who do you know that has a group of your clients that you can go to and ask them to do a promotion for you. This is my second favorite thing to do with my clients. So first it's go to your warm audience who do you already know. Next is who do you know that has your audience that you can ask to collaborate with. Maybe you do a presentation for that group or you do something like a webinar for them. Whatever it is, think about that as one of your lead sources. Now, a third thing you could think about is maybe you should start networking now so that you have leads coming into your business and go out and meet some new people in your area so that you have a lead plan. Whatever your lead plan is, what's important is that you have one, you write it down, and then you work on it, because that's how you're going to get people into your group program, is by having a solid, steady stream of leads. Okay, the number 3 thing you want to think about is your sales cycle. Now, you don't have to overthink it. It doesn't need to be really complicated, but you do need a strategy for it, and you probably want to write it down so that when you're in the thick of launching, you know what it is that you agreed to up front, and then you can go back and you can just continue to execute your plan. So for the purpose of this video, what sales cycle I'm going to lay out for you is pretty simple. It's basically where you introduce yourself to a lead, you reach out, you book a discovery call with them, you jump on a call with them, and you talk to them about what are their needs, and you do a really good job of meeting their needs where they're at. And then on that discovery call, you're going to sell them into your group program. You're going to invite them into your group program, and either on the call or immediately following the call, you send them an email along with a payment link so they can enroll in your group program. That's the basic strategy that I'm going to use for the purpose of this video as one way to have a sales strategy. So if that was your sales strategy, what you're going to need is about a month for new leads so that you can start to gather new leads in and seed your idea and bring people into your funnel with a about 4 weeks planning of a month for new leads works really, really well. Then you're probably gonna need a period on your calendar called the sales cycle period. And typically what we tell our clients is you want 3 weeks for a sales campaign. That means from the time you open the doors and start selling your program to the time the program starts, you probably are gonna want about 3 weeks. This gives you time to make your offer, book your sales calls, see if people are a fit, follow up if they don't enroll on the first call, and overall be in sales mode for like 3 weeks while you're inviting your clients in and you're closing them into your program. Now, a few tips while you're in your sales mode is you wanna make sure that you have time on your calendar in your schedule to actually do the sales calls and the discovery calls. And you wanna remember that not everyone's gonna make a decision when they make their first call with you. So plan in for a follow-up sequence, and that's probably things like give them a night to sleep on it, send them a personal email the next day, or send them a text message and say, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you feeling about that today? In some cases, I even book a second phone call on my first phone call because I know people need to think about joining a program, and that's okay. When your head's in sales mode, you want to just think about, hey, I'm in my sales cycle right now. What I'm going to do is invite and enroll people into my group program. Now, you get to the fourth step, which is the easiest step in many of our minds, and that is you want to launch your group program. So you want to give yourself a day to welcome everybody, make sure they all have the information they need, or more time than a day. It really depends on what your program is. But once you're through the sales cycle, you want to move into the delivery cycle, and that is really like delivering your group program, which for many of our clients is the easy part because that's what they love to do. What's a little bit more complicated is those first 3 steps of how do you plan everything on a calendar, gather leads, and then sell it. So keep in mind, once you get to delivery, that's a whole different part of it. What the purpose of this video was to help you figure out how to sell it and what you're going to need to do to get people into delivery. I know there's a lot of people that make this really complicated on the internet. There's a lot of people that have a program that's like launch and fill your program or launch and sell or whatever it might be called. I get it. There's a lot of people who can make it seem super complicated. What's really important is you want to pick a strategy, stick to the strategy, and implement it. If you do that, you will be successful, and it doesn't need to be that hard. It can be as simple as plan a date, talk to some people, and get them into your group program. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please make sure you feel free to share this video and subscribe. And until next time, my name is Andrea. Make it a great day.